This is a painting for Morgan. It's actually a portrait. I had actually gone to her house, sketched her while she broke out her guitar and started singing. She asked me to do a brief description of what some of the things about the painting really represent, because it's obviously not quite an exact portrait of a person. She doesn't obviously have 4 eyes. So, basic concept is that this is the real person, the people that we think, or that we really are, and this is all the idea of what we think we are and who we want to be. And when I visited her, in this specific instance, she was on her deathbed, and she had her whole room filled up with all of the things that we feel passionate about. She had her posters of movies and bands that she loved, and you know, her art that she really liked, and she had her books and her room all set up. And they're reflections of who she thought and felt she was. The same way you probably decorate your own house with things that you feel reflect who you are. So, that part of the painting is, and it's a dual painting too, so you can turn it both ways, which makes it very cool because the whole painting just completely changes. And in all of my paintings, I try and do things that really just fuck with your perception, essentially. Like, because there's no point in doing a painting if I'm not trying to really make your brain actually hurt to think about it. So we put in the sailing ship sailing off. I'm really supposed to be telling you what these things mean. I'll give you a brief description. Ship sailing off. That means opportunity is lost. If you want to do something with your life, you should have fucking done it, because here's your life, one chance. You don't get reincarnation. I don't care what you fucking believe in. You get one life, and that's it. All right? So there's your opportunity, and it's sailing away. Almost gone. If you want to go do something, go do it. I gave her a heart on fire. It's upside down right now, but it's right side up if you turn the painting the other way. Heart on fire with the racing stripes. That's actually relevant to her because, well, the doctors have told her that she's dying 6 times. And so, every day she's faced with some kind of terminal illness and she's always dying. The reason that I picked the eyes for the self-portrait is because I think it's the last thing that dies in a person. This particular individual, when I drew the portrait of her, she was on steroids, she had all sorts of different medications, bedridden, but you could see in the eyes, her eyes were just still alive with fire. And when she sang, man, she just poured her heart out. I couldn't believe that she could actually sing like that. It was very cool. So, she was in a lot of physical pain too, so I gave the notes pouring out of her eyes, kind of like tears. The hourglass in the middle is reflecting of, yeah, you only do have one life, your time is running out, your time is limited in this life, and it goes either way though. The ideal self, maybe there's something afterwards, maybe there's concepts, the possibility of life after death. Butterflies usually are symbolic of transformation. The stars, those were tattoos that were on her. The encroaching wildness that is in here in the black, I put black in all of my paintings, but actually if you can kind of see these different patterns, they match the tattoos. They wear out on my fingers. But the tattoo and the idea is death encroaching. So that's why I put black in my paintings, and that's what it's usually symbolic of. I threw in a throwback to MC Escher. He's back in the background with all of the butterflies. In all of my paintings, there's layers and layers and layers and layers. So you can just barely faintly see some of the butterflies and the geometric patterns fall into each other. The last thing that I'm touching up right now is the butterflies that are crawling out of each of these roses, and so it's kind of like a cocoon out of the rose. And I put the roses in just because they're fucking beautiful. Ace of Spades, in most traditional tattoos, it means fight to the death. So, in her particular case, where she has a terminal illness and she's being told she's going to die every friggin' day by these doctors, but still she's kicking ass, and she's still doing a good job playing guitar, that's her fighting to the death. So anyway, that's a reflection of who we think we are, and the flames, and all this complex stuff. But in reality, this is who we really are. It's just a plain blue sky. I really think that it's very cool to see that no matter all the ideas and passion and love and things you think you're going to achieve in your life, you've got a limited number of hours in the day, and this is you. And that's it. There's a lot more to the painting, but if I could explain and express all these things in words, I would write it down. Instead, this is a portrait. If you'd like me to do a painting or commission piece for you, I would love to. This one took, this one was off and on over the course of a year where we did it. So I really do like to put a lot of effort into it. I got a couple of paintings going right now. Got a big show that's going to be coming up and a big blank canvas right now. I think we're going to be doing a show here in Boston soon. You can see more of my art on Facebook or on my Twitter. I put a post. Come find me if you really want to buy it. Bye-bye.